The year is nowhere near done, obviously. You just need to look at a calendar to know that. Unless, of course, you're watching this from the distant future. Then welcome to the past. Just close your eyes and pretend you're living it up here instead. Anyway, the point is we're having an awesome few months for games because there's already a ton of titles that are making a claim to be Game of the Year. And that's pretty awesome considering there's even more coming down the line. When all is said and done, you can't help but be pretty pleased with your chosen form of entertainment. I'm Simon from What Culture. This is 10 video games that are already in the running for Game of the Year 2017. Number 10, Horizon Zero Dawn. We rarely get console exclusive that truly capture people's attentions nowadays, so it's always good when a very decent one comes along. Horizon Zero Dawn is just that. From Killzone developer Guerrilla Games, no one thought Horizon, a brand new IP, would be as good as it was, and they were wrong. Aside from looking great and playing very well, it had an open world that actually wasn't dull and encouraged you to explore it. It managed to find an audience too, selling a good chunk of copies because of that, and dared to buck the trend and feature a female protagonist, so it basically ticked all the boxes. You'll love this if you enjoy third-person action games, and by the end of 2017 it will very much be in the running for the ultimate medal. Number 9, Injustice 2. It's not hard to figure out why Injustice 2 is so good. Look at what it is on paper. All the DC Universe characters having one big fight. How can you pretend that's not amazing? Because it definitely is amazing. Furthermore, given it's the sequel to Injustice, developer NetherRealm made sure to fix all the problems that came with the original and deliver a fighter that's just a barrel of laughs from start to finish. And it never really finishes, because you can just enjoy multiplayer till the cows come home. Before you get there though, you can also lose yourself in the top drawer single player story that allows you to both pound people's faces in while enjoying a silly but pretty damn good narrative. No fighting games do that either, usually just opting to hurl you into bout after bout, so Injustice 2 stands out a mile. Could very well be the best fighter of 2017. Number 8, Little Nightmares. As independent games continue to gather more momentum, it's no surprise that some are starting to compete with the big boys. One of those is Little Nightmares. A puzzle platformer horror, and yes, you heard that right. It sees you take control of a young girl named Six as you explore some weird environments, and the real joy is how stripped back it all is. There's no cinematics, no in-your-face story, no tutorial. You're left to your own devices and have to figure everything out. It allows Little Nightmares to feel extremely adult and different, and the foundations themselves are excellent. You're never sure what's around the next corner. It may not be packed with explosions or guns, but that's why it stands out. It's unique in the best possible way. Number 7, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't care that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is just a souped up version of Mario Kart 8 that came out on the Wii U. The Switch iteration is one of the best racing games of the year, if not ever. Instantly accessible and fun with a learning curve that will suck you in and never let go. It's equal parts entertaining and frustrating. There's nothing worse than being on the verge of winning a race and then being red shelled out of nowhere, but it's equally as satisfying when you're the person firing out the weapons. The only thing that was missing was some sort of portability, and Deluxe on the Switch lets you do just that, meaning you can play Mario Kart whenever and wherever you want, which sounds like a marketing line, but it's true. Throw in an online mode that keeps the party going, and this is near perfect. Number 6, NIER Automata. Another gem from the brains at Platinum Games, the people behind Bayonetta and Vanquish, NIER Automata takes the action RPG genre to a whole other level. Not falling into any of the usual tropes, Automata is incredibly deep with badass combat, heart-swelling music, and few flaws. It's also nuts. Set in the year 11,945, you take on the role as an android and do your part in the Great War between humans and machines. Now, this is where you could throw some shade at NIER. It's not exactly like this is the best story ever told, but frankly, it doesn't matter at all. It's so ridiculous you will be entertained, and that's all that matters. A different experience, no doubt, but a fine one too. Number 5, Neo. Greatly inspired by the Dark Souls franchise, Team Ninja took that idea of punishing difficulty and spun it just enough to appeal to a crowd that liked this idea, but wanted things to be a bit more accessible. Neo is still going to whip your ass, but the PS4 exclusive set in 1600s Japan does a great job in walking this line and offering up something a little different than what From Software has become known for the world over. It's also got an utterly different setting which allows it to stand apart. Aside from being set in the East, you're also put in the shoes of William, an Irish samurai, and can look forward to some supernatural elements too, which is all you need. Number 4, Persona 5. Persona 5, despite being a JRPG through and through, remains huge both for Western and Eastern audiences. Absolutely mad from the moment you hit start. It's also incredibly well thought out and offers up ideas few other games even think about. It's a success both with critics and consumers too, as Persona 5 scored very well and sold loads of copies. This iteration even manages to welcome in new players despite being well into the franchise. It's ridiculous. As for the concept, well, you play a student enrolled in a Japanese academy where in the day you just get on with your school school life. And then in the evening, everything goes dark and you go dungeon crawling, taking on a bunch of monsters. Like you do. Very good though. Number 3, Prey. At one time, it seemed like Prey would never return. A planned sequel announced way back in 2011 kept failing to materialize and all looked bleak for the franchise. Then, as if from nowhere, Bethesda revealed they'd moved development to Arcane Studios, who would be reimagining the series and starting again. It was the right move. Introducing Morgan Yu to the series, you're stuck in the space station Talos, where things are definitely not what they seem. With an almost Metroidvania-like setup, it's a case of constant exploration and discovery as the story slowly unfolds in front of you. Prey does lose its way a little towards the end, but overall, it's easily one of the best games of 2017. Number 2, Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil 6 was, well, it was weird. About 56,489 games in one for some reason, it had completely moved away from what Resident Evil was all about, and then Capcom had a rethink. The reason Resident Evil 7 is so good is mostly because it, in many ways, returns to the franchise's roots. Focusing on all-out horror and scares, it is utterly terrifying, especially during its first hour, and the story told here will send chills up and down your spine. On top of that, it's opened the door up for some awesome sequels down the line, which means Resident Evil is well and truly back, and that's wonderful. I doubt there will be a scarier game for the entire year. Number 1, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Ultimately, this probably will be the best game of 2017 unless something truly comes out firing on all cylinders. The first rethinking of Zelda in years, Nintendo proved it knew exactly what it was doing by taking the open world template, pushing it as far as you can go. Breath of the Wild is so open that there's no real rules or regulations at all. You can just go on a journey of exploration and will always find something to do, be that a proper quest or an unexpected treat. Even the Master Sword, a staple of the series, isn't necessary to progress. You can try and find it, sure, but again, it all depends on how you want to approach things. A fantastic launch title for the Switch and a reason to own the console to begin with. It'll be in with a shout no matter what else is released this year. Know of any other games that are in contention for Game of the Year 2017? Let us know in the comments below, and then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Then make sure you go to whatculture.com to read more articles and follow What Culture on Twitter @WhatCulture. I am Simon from What Culture, and I will chat to you again soon.